Hey YouTubers, Mike Bors with the Mike Bors channel. Thank you for watching. In the event that you are joining us from our previous video, part 1 of the installation process of the GE system, glad to have you. If you have not checked that video out, that is scrolling above. Definitely check that out. And then come right back here. In this video, the part 2 portion of the GE reverse osmosis installation process. Let's get started. Back to the owner's manual, we've completed this step and installed the drain adapter. Read through the notes and instructions, verify you didn't miss anything before going on to the next step. Next is the storage tank. We need to apply threaded tape or Teflon tape to the thread on top of the storage tank and connect the tank connector. Go ahead and tilt the tank upward on its base and you will carefully unscrew the black base from the thread. And this becomes your base for your tank to sit on. Just like that, as you can see, the tank just rests on the plastic base. It does not screw in or connect in any way. It just rests on it. Grab your Teflon tape. We're going to Teflon tape the thread prior to securing our connection point. Let's do this the right way, not the wrong way, because if you do it the wrong way, well, you'll end up with leaks. And what I mean by that, doing it the right way, is we will apply the Teflon tape and wrap it in the same direction that we are going to tighten this connection onto the thread. As you can see, I'm going around the thread in a clockwise manner and apply pressure to the Teflon tape and work it into the thread. Most people do 3 turns around. Make sure none of the tape is obstructing the hole. Do not cross thread this, be very careful. It should go on extremely smoothly. If it's not, take it off, realign it, and screw it in. Get it pretty hand tight snug. After hand tightening the connection, I grabbed an adjustable wrench and continued tightening this connection point. The instructions state, be very careful, slowly tighten the tank connector onto the tank nipple 7 to 8 full turns so as not to cross thread or over tighten it. You do not want to damage this plastic piece because you are screwing a plastic threaded cut onto a much harder threaded connection of the tank, and this tank can damage the internal plastic thread if you over tighten this. On to the next step, which is installing the faucet. Read these directions. Again, we were required to drill a 1 3/8 hole for our faucet. And what we'll do is we'll unscrew this and we want to insert this in the hole. Back at the sink, there's our hole, and make sure you remove the plastic wing nut and the metal washer. And now we are going to feed these lines through the hole. And as you do this, you may need to go down below. As you insert the hoses, again, just come down below, verify if it binds up on anything that you're not causing any damage. From here, the wing nut and washer, we have to go down below and feed our hands up to the base thread and secure the washer first and wing nut second. And as you insert the metal ring and wing nut, make sure you put all of the lines through them first. This part may be a little tricky. It's a little uncomfortable position underneath the sink. However, in the event that you have a second person that can stand above and hold that faucet in place while you tighten this, that would be awesome. Back up top, and this is positioned exactly the way we want it, and we are going to insert the faucet here. 2 little rubber O-rings on the bottom. Carefully insert these and push down until it is flush. And it should make 2 little clicking sounds as both of those O-rings go over the tab lip internally. From here, we need to activate the battery. I'll just shift this aside. And this little tab here, grab it and pull it out. It's going to flash red and then blue. And now the 6-month timer has been activated. And take a couple minutes and read through this, because this LED light helps assist you in awareness when it comes time to replacing your filters. Here's your pressure tank. Go ahead and unscrew this. We need to check the pressure of your tank. Your pressure has to be between 5 and 7 for proper and efficient operation. And grab the cap, realign the thread, carefully screw the cap back on, And it's also extremely important, if your tank is low and you need to surface it, do not use a compressor. Please do not use a compressor. You will destroy your internal bladder. What you need to do is grab a bicycle hand pump and carefully and slowly bring the PSI between 5 to 7. Back down below, and it is extremely important to properly route your tubing or hoses underneath your sink and cut them accordingly so they don't bind up on any other portions of your plumbing and harm anything else. And again, color coded. So blue line will go into the blue connection, and these are push connections, and you just push in until it clicks, and you'll continue that process for all hoses. And in the event that you have to cut a hose, get yourself this PVC cutting tool. It is extremely awesome, and it makes such a perfect clean cut, which is required anytime you're cutting these hoses prior to inserting them in that connection. After I secure that green line to that adapter back there, it is pretty long. I am going to have to cut it. I made the proper measurements. Again, this tool is amazing. Just like that, clean cut. At this point, all tubes are connected: red, yellow, green, and blue, as well as the black one that feeds all the way up to your faucet and then to your drain connection. I did have to make a couple cuts. I cut the green, I cut the yellow, and a small portion of the black drain line to make sure this has proper upward slant to it for proper draining. From here, you'll notice I have not connected the end of the yellow hose to the top portion of the tank, and that is by design. What we are going to do now is run you through the sanitation process to allow you to properly clean this entire system prior to using it for the first time. And this is very important. Don't just hook it up and use it. You have to sanitize it. However, what we'll do is make a separate video on sanitizing the system. So from here, do us a favor, below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely go to your settings, turn on your YouTube notification bell. Once you do that, every video that we upload, you will be notified. You will be able to stay up to date with us, and that will be awesome. And real quick, scrolling above is that link to the next video that we are going to show you how to sanitize your system. We'll see you there.